I'm working now on my rub for my pork shoulder right there, about 8 or 9 pounds, an amazing buy at the grocery store. So what I did right here is just put in some OJ and some vinegar. That's gonna get into the connective tissue here. This is a really yummy cut of pork. You know, you gotta cook it slow and low like barbecue because it's got connective tissue in there. But if you treat it right and you cook it slow and low, boy, how tender and juicy it becomes for you. Some oregano going down here, and I put in some cumin as well. Love the floury kind of oregano. And then some heat, just a little bit though. Really going for the smoke in the ancho chili powder here. This is gonna be a really flavorful rub to use on your pork shoulder. Now to that, just a little bit of olive oil, some salt and pepper. See how simple this is? It's just garlic, some OJ, little vinegar so we can get into the connective tissue there. Salt and pepper, cumin, oregano, ancho chili powder, cayenne. Not too much, right? A little pepper in, and that's it. What I'm gonna do is just release the fat and the skin from the meat. It's okay if you get a couple of little pieces of the muscle in there. All right, so now I've got the fat and the skin flapped back. It's a good time to get the rub onto it. All right, so just get that in here. And when you do that, kind of poke little 1-inch holes all the way around so it'll kind of seep in. Get our rub all in there. This is gonna sit overnight for about 8 hours at least. All right, so here I go. I'm gonna show you what to do. Take your sharp knife and just make kind of like 1-inch squares. What you wanna do is first start by just going in kind of like vertically and then go in horizontally. You can go all the way down to the fat, but try not to go all the way through it because you don't want this to fall apart. Now look at my panini that I had in the refrigerator, just 8 hours, or you can do it overnight. What I like to do is just wrap it up with the plastic wrap, and right before I get it in the oven, give a nice sprinkle, healthy sprinkle of salt to the skin here. So when it crisps up, each of these little blocks of scored meat will be crispy, seasoned chicharron or crispy pork skin. All right, just a little bit of orange juice down the bottom. Really important here because the connective tissue needs lots of moisture in the heat when it cooks to release and make this really yummy and tender to the fork pork. All right, so 400 degrees, the oven's on right now. I'm gonna only get this in here for about 30 minutes or so, just to kind of work on some color in the top of the skin, and then I'm gonna turn down the oven to about 300 degrees for a few hours. Oh, look at that. Now, just about 4 hours in now. Remember, I started 30 minutes at 400 degrees and then turned it down to 300 and cooking that until, you know, it's really tender with the fork. Already, my skin on the top is getting crispy. I'm gonna add a little bit more OJ because you want a moist environment for this to cook in so it can really let the connective tissue break down. So this will be nice and tender to the fork. So back in the oven. All right, so that's gonna stay in there for about an hour, maybe a half hour more. And then look at this, flavor galore. A quick little marinade, 8 hours or overnight. Slow and low like barbecue, wow.